Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday, which means it's time for a review show special. And today I'm going to be talking about this, The Noble One by Mark Bennett and the marvellous Matthew Wright. So The Noble One has been talked about ad infinitum over the last few weeks. It got released as a soft launch at the Blackpool Magic Convention, and it is now, literally right now, officially getting released. Now, what is the Noble One? Well, it's the latest in a line of routines from Mark Bennett and Matthew Wright. They originally brought out the Queen's Nose, which was a card appearing on a coin when they rubbed the nose. That then became the King's Secret, which was kind of more of an elaborate routine using a custom coin, and that's the King's Secret is what led to the patter line about the Noble 52, which is a collection of magicians that the king has assembled to be the best magicians of the land. That has been ridiculously popular. They then diverted over to America and did a whole bunch of stuff with Billy the Kid, which again was very popular. And then after that, we're now here with the Noble One. I'm telling you right now, two things. One, Mark Bennett and Matthew Wright are very good friends of mine. I am, however, going to be completely honest about what I'm seeing here, what I'm telling you. And I am telling you right now, out of everything that they've released together, this is my favourite, without a shadow of a doubt. I've gone and gigged this. I love this. I think it's brilliant. I'm going to break down exactly why I think it's brilliant. But first of all, I was lucky enough to do an interview with Matt and with Mark and get their thoughts on the Noble One and what they think about it, and everything really to do with the Noble One. So I'm going to go through that right now. I'm going to show you the interview, and then after the interview, we'll talk about exactly why I think this is so good. But first of all, let's run the interview with Matt Wright and Mark Bennett. Now, I am here today with not one legend, but two legends in the Magic community. Two people that are creators, producers, innovators, two incredible performers, two incredibly funny people, and two people that actually own their own venue. One in a really sunny place and the other in Bristol. I am, of course, talking about the creative partnership of marvellous Matthew Wright and the one and only Mark Bennett. Matt, how you doing?
Hiya, you all right, mate?
I'm good, are you?
Doing good. Yeah, fabulous. I am in sunny Spain. Probably raining in Bristol, I imagine.
Well, probably.
It's cloudy. It's cloudy.
But the season started again for you, hasn't it, Matt? So you're back.
Yeah, I'm up and running. Yeah, we're here. It's over the Easter holidays. We open up for all the families coming away. So we're doing 3 shows a week at the minute, selling those out. So back in the summer season swing now. Yeah,
that's amazing. And Mark, you're obviously up and running at Smoke. Well, you never had a break at Smoke and Mirrors, did you? You just kept going. It's just, there's no season, no off season. It's just straight on.
All the way through the year, rain or shine, rain or shine.
That's amazing. That's amazing. But we're not here talking about the Chamber of Secrets. Not here talking about Smoke and Mirrors. We're here to talk about the continuation of a series of tricks that has just gone on and on and on, which is Noble One. Now, to catch people up before we talk about Noble One, the first version of kind of this whole premise was the Queen's Nose that you guys came out with a few years ago. Then after the Queen's Nose, you came up with the King's Secret, which is where you introduced the concept of the Noble 52. Then after that, we kind of diversified over to America for a bit and started talking about cowboys and Billy the Kid. But now we're back in the Commonwealth. We're back in the UK with the Noble One. First of all, can one of you guys, for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, and that just came across as a whole bunch of blibbering crap, could you talk about what the Noble 52 is, what the original King's Secret is, and how that has led to Noble One before we talk about what Noble One is?
Well, the Noble 52 is an idea based on the most exclusive magic club in the world. 52 of the greatest magicians in the world are invited by King Charles himself, who is the president of the Noble 52. He invites 52 of the greatest magicians to join the most exclusive and secret magic society in the world. Now, I'm not saying I'm one of the greatest 52 magicians in the world, but I am a member of the Noble 52. So that's basically what it is, and it all came from Mark's wonderful idea of the Queen's Nose trick many years ago, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and the hook line for the Noble 52 was brilliant. Like the hook line, it's so believable. It makes so much sense. And the King's Secret, it was King's Secret, isn't that? That's what it was called, King's Secret. Yeah, that it's been one of my favorite products that's come out ever. Like it's such a fun routine to do. The props are amazing. We'll put the playing cards to one side for a minute in terms of the handling of them, but the actual coins and everything else was amazing, and the premise is great, and I perform that all the time. What then? And it's the perfect trick, really. It's the perfect card reveal. It's the perfect trick. It was a very expansive tutorial with multiple routines on there. What then made you guys go, you know what? We need to expand on this premise a bit more.
I think it was the people, the magicians, hooking on to being a member of the Noble 52. It was them. I had a little idea of adding. Well, Matthew, on the original pack of cards, we added a membership card in it, and then I went, oh, I wonder if I can, do they want an actual membership card? So I made these little metal membership cards with their name and their number on it. But even when magicians were emailing me and saying, can I have number 26? And I'm thinking, it's not real, right? There is more than 52 people, but they were hooking into the story. You could see it, and I can imagine when they're performing it, they're actually believing the story themselves, which is a great way to perform a magic trick. And
well, people are putting up on their websites as well now, aren't they? You've got the Magic Circle logo in one corner and the Noble 52 in the other corner, so they're a member of this club, and it kind of became a club. The reason that we went on to the Noble One was I was doing a lecture tour around Europe, and everybody was asking me about the King's Secret and the Noble 52, and everyone that we do for this is a limited edition. We keep the numbers quite low, not quite as low as 52, but we do keep the numbers quite low. And everybody was asking me for a King's Secret, and they're out of stock, and that you couldn't get them anymore. I know Mark has some, but I thought this is a real hook. People really do believe this. People really do want this. And I'd always had an idea for a trick in mind about about having this ring. So I spoke to Mark. I phoned him in Brussels. I just did a lecture in Brussels. I said, we need to keep this going. So we started working on the Noble One from there. But the only thing that's kept it going is magicians demanding that we keep it going, really, because there's such a clamor for it.
Yeah, there's certain tricks out there that, like, the trick's released, there's a buzz for a while, and then the buzz goes away, and nobody ever talks about it again. But the Noble 52, I go to multi-man gigs and I perform with other magicians. The amount of people are out there actually doing it, and I think it's because it's crazy strong. It's got an interesting hook. It's super commercial. There's so many different ways of doing it. Magic happens in the hands of the spectators. It's the perfect trick in many, many ways. And it's brilliant. So how can you improve on that? How can you improve on the Noble 52? Can one of you guys tell me what the premise of the Noble One is? You mentioned a ring there, Matt.
Yeah. Do you want the origins of the ring, or why it's such a good trick? Because the two do combine, I guess. The origin of the ring itself. Every year, King Charles nominates one of the 52 to be the Noble One, like the greatest magician in the world. But this Noble 52 isn't just King Charles. It dates all the way back to King Arthur and the Round Table. That was the original members of the 52. And King Arthur wore a legendary ring called the Noble One ring. Some say that Merlin gave it to him, and it possessed magical powers, and whoever wore the ring yielded and wielded the powers of the 52. So when you're chosen by King Charles to be the Noble One, you're presented with this ceremonial ring, like something that pays homage to King Arthur's legendary Noble One ring. And then we bring out the ring and go into the performance. Now, all of that is clearly nonsense, but it sells so well. It's so believable. I'll be talking about it, and I'll say, and you obviously know about the Noble One ring that King Arthur wore. People are like, yeah, we know all about that. Yeah, obviously we know about that. And it's like people just buy it, absolutely buy right into the story. It's almost built into folklore. I mean, King Arthur, we have no evidence that King Arthur even existed, but as soon as you say King Arthur, they know that it's a real thing, and they know exactly what period you're talking about. They know it's a time of magic, a time of mystery, a time of Merlin the wizard, and all of this stuff, and it instinctively brings out these magical emotions in you, and in the spectator, and it's just people just buy into it straight away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
do. They really, really do. Um, it's so good. You know, I remember the first time I saw this. So I was at Smoke and Mirrors and I was filming for something else. And you two were both there. And I didn't really know what Noble One was. And then you performed it on me. And I didn't feel anything. I had nowhere to backtrack. I had nowhere to go. I was just completely blown away. And I know a lot of people that went to Blackpool that saw you guys performing this, they were having that same experience of, I have no, it was, if we say that the strongest magic is the magic that happens in the hands of the spectators, this is just the ultimate magic effect when you think about it, because it's not just happening in the hands of the spectators, they're wearing it.
Yeah, I think it's also as well is I think what we've come up with as well, and obviously Abra magazine readers will probably tell us different. That I think we've come up with something no one's ever done before. Having shown it to quite a few magicians, what we've created is something never seen it before, and it took us a lot of R&D. I mean, a long time. We were kind of working on this almost when we brought out the King's Secret, almost really, and kind of like there was an idea in the back of Matt's head, and we were like, well, I'll hold on then, all right. And I got the printer going, and trying some bits and bobs, and we tried so many different ways, and what we've come up with, and as you say, they don't feel a thing.
I mean, the reactions to it really are insane. I don't think I get a stronger reaction to any trick than I get for this. You're saying we showed it to magicians at Blackpool and stuff, and they do go nuts for it, and they do think it's a great trick, but nothing on the level of a layman as a spectator. They go absolutely crazy for it. It's not often I put a new trick into my repertoire at all. The Nova one is in my opening set at the Chamber now for this year. Every person I go and perform for, I perform for the Noble One, and it gets the same reactions every single time. It's nuts, and it's a little bit upsetting, to be honest. It makes me a little bit sad that I spent 30 years practicing all this sleight of hand and all this technical nonsense, and this one little trick that's very, very easy to do is probably the most powerful trick that I do.
That's always the way, isn't it? But you could say if it wasn't your combined, if it wasn't your 30 years of experience and Mark's 70 years of experience, if it wasn't those two combined together, then we wouldn't have this trick in front of us right now. So, it's cool.
And obviously, well, us, and what we're known for is the quality of the coins that we've produced before, and we wanted to make sure that this still looked and felt, it's as like Matt says, and we say it in the copy as well, this is not to be worn, this is to be placed on the spectator's hand, and they wear the ring, not you. And when they're wearing it, and you've already talked to them about it and all this kind of stuff, and then when you then change it, and then it becomes a different reveal, on here to the card reveal, it's that double take. This is our favorite, that there's the ring here, and then when they see it again, it's the card reveal.
It's great.
And
I love the fact that you have lots of different reveals that you've included with it, or lots of different things that it can turn into. I know that
Mark's got one of the just the regular one, but there's also embossed, so that for me, I prefer just the gold plated, but if you want a more striking instant reveal, then we've got the embossed cards on there as well, and you can just switch those in and out of the ring. There you go.
Yeah, the embossed ones, I actually prefer the embossed. I like them both, but I prefer the embossed. But also, Mark's been switching that in real time. Like to go from one table to another and switch from one reveal to another reveal is literally a 3-second thing. This is why this is so perfect for walk around, especially people that work tables, restaurants, things like that, because you can change your reveal up from table to table and it takes you like 2 seconds to do so.
Well, that was something that
Yeah.
Mark fought hard for. I was all for just having one card reveal on there. The technology behind it, the manufacturing, the engineering would have been a whole lot simpler if we'd just gone for one card. But Mark really, really wanted that change, that we could instantly change and go to another table and have a different reveal. So he fought for that. And that's what took a lot of development, really, in order to be able to change those quickly and rapidly as you move from one table to the next and still have the trick work in a really quick and easy way. So kudos to Mark for that. He fought for it, and I've got to tip my hat and agree with him now. It was definitely the way to go with it.
I don't think we would have had that one then. Really, I don't think we would have gone for that if we hadn't gone for different reveals. We would.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We would have gone for the straight, a straight popped version instantly, and it was for me as well. Obviously, for how many of this effect in some respects that we've come out with, people always, oh, can I have another reveal? Can I have another reveal? And I just instantly in my own head was, well, they'll want another reveal. We did have a solution for that, but I thought, well, that's a lot more for us to do in some respects. So why don't we go down this route? And I did fight hard. It was hard, but I'm glad what we came up with and what we've got for the magician when they purchase it. They get, as you know, 6 different reveals in theory. You can do 6 reveals if you wanted to.
You can indeed. I mean, which is so cool. And for though we haven't even said what it is, and obviously I'll be reviewing it later and doing a performance, but in essence, you put I'm not going to tell the whole story now, but you put a ring on the spectator's finger, and without going anywhere near them, that ring changes into a reveal. I mean, I kind of remember telling you when I saw it, it feels like that sponge balls moment. You know, the reason why so many magicians love sponge balls is because it's that moment where you open up your hand, where the spectator opens up their hand, you've been nowhere near them, and now there's something there that they were convinced, absolutely, categorically, wasn't there before. That's what creates that moment. And that's what every magician strives for. And there's very few routines in magic that has that sponge balls moment where you are completely hands off. The spectator's convinced that they have something and they have something else. And this has that sponge balls moment. It really does. But without them but the difference is they're holding their hand closed with sponge balls. So they know that something's going to happen. They don't know what, they know something's going to happen. But with this, they've got a ring on their finger. They don't think that that's got anything to do with it presentationally. But then when they look at it and they have the reaction stronger because they're not anticipating anything happen to the ring. It's brilliant, guys.
I think
absolutely. Go on, Mark. Sorry.
I was going to say just that it's when we were working out and obviously routining it, etc. Matthew's said we've got to keep the line. It's underneath your hand. It's underneath your hand, or it's underneath the coin. But and just saying that word, he goes, "Yeah, it is. There it is. Yeah, it's underneath your hand." And then they're picking up the card and they go, no, underneath your hand. And then that slow turn of them, and then the sponge ball moment, as you call it. I call it the King's Secret moment, to be honest, of that shock. And I think it says on the trailer as well. I think one of my favorite ones is the woman who was here, and then just like, it's like this cartoon movement of putting her glasses on when it happened. And it's just brilliant. And that's the reactions you're going to get. But the thing is that this doesn't have to be a walk around set, because within you get the whole presentation box. It doesn't say says who this is from, except for the Noble 52 logo on the front. And within there, you will have the ring box. And I'll let Matthew discuss this one because he worked really, really hard on these playing cards that are gold edged, gold embossed on the back and gold embossed on the front of these beautiful Arthurian, kind of like King Arthur cards. I'm trying to find a picture of.
That's beautiful.
And it's just the most beautiful deck of cards. And there's Guinevere here. you know, just you know, to add this story to when you're a little parlor set. In some respects, you could be sitting, you know, and doing a little parlor routine, and you're performing this magic trick, and with this beautiful and inlaid pack of cards, you get a nice good 10-15 minute show, or, you know, anything you want, however you want to do it.
Yeah, I performed it down at Chris Williams at Magic Live on stage. So I to like a room of 100, 120 people. I did it as a stage piece just to see if it worked, and it did. It worked an absolute treat, especially with the enameled reveal on there. Even if they can't quite see what it is, the reaction of the spectator will reverberate around the room. So yeah, you can use it as a parlor piece, as a stage piece. It's good as a close-up piece. But as you say, when you're showing that deck and you're showing that box, it's a beautiful little coffee table piece. When you've just got it out, just a talking point. Oh, what's that? Oh, I shouldn't really have left that out. That's about the Noble 52. It's a secret society. I shouldn't really have told you about it. But go on, I'll tell you. And you're straight into the routine from there. So it's got everything built into it. It's got the presentation. It's got the surprise. The routine build up as the cards are changed inside their hands and things like that. It's just got everything really. The routine and the structure of the routine really builds up to that surprise climax, and it's easy to do. And it looks amazing. It really does. The cards are a beautiful set of cards. We've had everything designed from the very start. We had artists drawing each individual pip. We had some designers who were putting everything together. On the actual court cards themselves, like some of the armor that they're wearing has the Noble 52 logo printed into the armor and things. Every single detail has been thought about. It's a beautiful set, really.
It really is. It absolutely, and I have to say, I have been a massive fan of the marketing sort of build up, the hype for this. I'm a big fan of hype in Magic at the best of times, as you know, but this is genius. Like having every magician in the world, it seems like putting their picture up. I am a member of the Noble 52. Like I've even had lay people that are friends with me on Facebook, and they're just like, fuck is the Noble 52? Just like it's everybody is talking about it, and what an intelligent use of AI. Brilliant idea.
Yeah, and it's we wanted it to become a thing. Like we want the Noble 52 to become a thing. We need a Wikipedia page for it and things. We need it to become more and more real. And like you say, this is getting exposure everywhere. So many magicians have got this as their profile pictures and things like that. Mark came with the idea. He came up with he sent me the picture, and he sent something like David Blaine and Copperfield and things like that. I said, that's brilliant. We've got to get everybody on this. So we've splashed it all across social media. Murphys are all over it. They're running a competition for the best one. Jeff McBride's had it on his mystery school. Jeff's giving a big push on it. So you're right. I think most magicians, before they even know what the trick is, we haven't even mentioned the Noble One trick yet. All we're doing is getting the club of the Noble 52 out there, and then we'll move on to the next phase of the marketing campaign, as it will. And that's going to be when we announce the winner of the what do they call them? AI generated images? Is that what we're going to say?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, so I think we've had some brilliant ones. We've allowed some people, because obviously this is the first time that maybe they've ever used an AI image generator, to say, look, you know, it's going to go on for a little bit longer because we're just waiting on a release date in some respects. So you all have a chance. So if you want to have another go, please have another go. And I think a guy just put one up about 5 minutes ago. It's just, you can see his
the little nipple.
Yeah. And he goes, this is my summer armor. And it's just brilliant. It's just,
well, even my
so much fun with it.
Even my son Ryland was saying to me earlier today, he's like, I want to be in the Noble 52. Can I borrow your chat GPT? I'm like, yeah, of course you can, mate. Like, it's just like everybody.
You can be in the young Noble 52. We've got the young Noble 52 coming out soon.
Junior.
the junior 52.
Yeah. It's weird, like you said, so many like the older guys as well, people who you wouldn't imagine would be into this sort of thing. They're all putting it up there. I know guys from my local magic club back in Lancashire, a lot of the older guys who are so nerves of technology, they've all had a go up on there. I don't want to. Well, John Archer's is brilliant. John was struggling to do it at first, but then he came out with an absolute cracker. Everyone's really taking it on board. I've been so pleased with how many people have gone for it.
Yeah, we have to say thanks to everybody that's jumped on it, and I'm still getting notifications. I think that Sunday when it first came out, it was just non-stop notification. And then I thought, oh, that was a great 24 hours. And Matt said, I'm still getting them. And I went, oh, hold on. And I switched on my phone the next morning again, and I'm just still got another 90 to 100 notifications. And I still get them today as well. And it's brilliant. And we just have to say thank you so much to everybody having a little bit of fun, you know, and using it and being part of the Noble 52. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a brilliant idea. So it's officially being released on the 20-something of April. It's coming out soon.
The 25th.
The 25th, Saturday the 25th. So by the time you see this, it'll have been released. It's going to have been released like yesterday, I think. I'm thinking this video is going to go up next Sunday. So it's going to be released yesterday. So it's now available from all good magic dealers. You can't buy it from Matt. Matt does not have a shop that you can buy stuff from. And he's too busy entertaining in the chamber anyway. Mark, you do have a shop that people can buy it directly from you, right? Which is MB Magic. MB Magic.
And basically, Matt and I have Matt's stock as well. So I'll sell my stock first, though. All right.
You do it. Wait a So I've got to ask one more question before I bring it back into the studio and give this thing a full review and performance. I want to ask you one more thing. Are we going to see more Noble 52 themed effects coming from the dynamic duo that I have in front of me right now?
We're working on some as we speak. We're not going to do any more card reveals, I don't think. or ESP reveals or anything like that. It's not going to be something printed on an object, but we are going to run with the theme because people do seem to love it. They seem to like the story behind it. So we're going to run with that. And we're going to have a very, very limited edition of 52 of the next release. We'll have others as well, but there will be an extremely limited edition of 52, which will include something very, very special, and will make you an official member of the Founding Fathers 52. Can't quite tell you what it is yet, but it's nuts. Yeah.
Wow. I'm so glad you're continuing this. I really do, because you know the whole thing has captured the community's imagination, and equally as well as that, like I said at the very, very beginning, the magic is strong. And even like people in different countries that you would think, oh, that maybe they're not as into it, they totally are. It's just something that set the world on fire worldwide, and congratulations, because it's difficult to do that in magic these days. So well done.
Cheers, man.
That's all right. So you can get these directly from Mark. If you want to get it from Matt, Mark's got Matt's stock, but just buy it from Mark. And obviously it's available from all good magic dealers. We'll be seeing a lot more. Obviously, both of these gentlemen create individually as well, so you'll be seeing a lot more from Marvelous Effects, a lot more from MB Magic. But when these two come together, it's always gold. I'm going to take this back into the studio and give it a full review. But Matt, Mark, thank you so much.
Bless you, sir. Cheers, Craig. Bye-bye.
See you guys again soon.
So I want to say thank you to Matt and Mark. Thank you. Thank you for basically finding time to sit down with me. They're both really busy. Matt and Mark are, venue. They run their own venues. Matt's got the Chamber of Secrets over in Spain, and obviously Mark Bennett has the Smoke and Mirrors Theatre and Bar in Bristol, and so they're very busy people. So thank you for sitting down and taking the time to chat with me. One of the things about Matt and Mark is they are workers. They work in the real world all of the time. So because of that, you know that anything that they bring out is going to be golden. Now, this is no exception. This is super, super, super commercial. Why is it so commercial? Well, very simply put, it ticks all of the boxes when it comes to commercial close-up magic. First of all, it's got an interesting hook line. It's got an interesting story. The story and the hook line, you can shrink it down and you can make it very, very quick, or you can take more time about it if you want to go through a more elaborate presentation. You don't need a table if you don't want a table, or if you do want a table, you can. It's perfect for walk-around situations. It's an interesting reveal, but most importantly, the magic happens in the hands of the spectators. Like I said in the interview with Mark and Matt, I love the fact But this is happening in the hands of the spectators, but they're not aware that that ring is going to change. They don't know. They don't realize that that's going to happen. They think that the ring is being put on their finger as part of a presentational bit, right? And that's all it's there for. And they think that the big thing is the card changing from one to the other. But in reality, the ring is that incredible kicker ending. And like I said in the interview with them, I love that sponge balls moment, because unlike sponge balls, not only does the magic happen in the hands of the spectator, but nobody is expecting it to happen. It's really strong. Now, Thomas Maloney came into the office today. He's been rehearsing for Illusions as part of the Slightly Unusual show. And I sat him down. He'd not seen Noble One. He'd heard of it, obviously, because the marketing campaign for this has been brilliant, but he didn't really know what it was. So, because I'm filming this way before the release of the trick. So, I'm going to show you exactly what happened. I'm going to show you the performance with Tom, and then after the performance, we'll carry on talking about it. So, Tom, have you ever heard of the Noble 52?
Yeah, it's the King's Club, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically, a lot of people don't realise this, but the King of England is a magician.
Yeah.
You can actually go to the Magic Circle headquarters, you can go down into the museum, and you'll see the actual cups that he used to basically get into the Magic Circle.
Yeah.
Huge fan of magic. And he has a group of 52 of the best magicians from all over the world, and they're called the Noble 52, and they meet on a regular basis, and it's a very secret society. Yeah. What a lot of people don't realise is the Noble 52 predates King Charles.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, like it goes back a very long time, and there's always been a Noble 52, and the only way to get into the Noble 52 is through dead man's shoes. When somebody dies, then you can get in. But it is literally to do with the royalty in the UK. It's kind of really interesting if you read up on it. Have you heard of the Noble One?
No.
Okay. Well, first of all, I am telling you that the Noble 52 is a real thing. 52 of the best magicians in the world. If you're a member of the Noble 52, you're not allowed to tell people that you're in the Noble 52.
Okay.
I can't tell you whether I'm in it or not. All I can tell you is that if you're in the Noble 52, you are given a commemorative deck of cards, and the only way to get this deck of cards, which is beautiful, is by being in the Noble 52. And I have a deck of cards just like that. So, you know, I'm not saying I'm in the Noble 52, but there you go. But these are beautiful cards that you get given when you become a member of the Noble 52. And I especially love all of the court cards, the gold trimming. These things are absolutely beautiful. Do you want to give these a shuffle for me?
Yeah.
If you can do, that'd be great. Now, we were talking about the Noble One. You don't know about the Noble One?
No, I don't know who the Noble One is.
Okay, well, if you believe that the Noble 52 are 52 of the greatest magicians of all time, then the Noble One is, every year, the Noble 52 decide who should be the Noble One. It's a little bit like in the Magic Circle. I know you're a member of the Magic Circle.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's a little bit like in the Magic Circle, having a president that's elected. So Marvin Burglass at the moment is the president of the Magic Circle. The Noble One is kind of the head of the Noble 52.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favour? Can you take the cards and just cut some cards onto the table? That's great. And then just put the rest at a bit of an angle so we know where we've cut. That's great. Thanks. So the Noble One, and what's said is that the power of the Noble 52 flows through the Noble One. And he's the person that's not just in charge, but literally is the person who the power of the 52 flows through. And when you become the Noble One, you're given a ring that you have to wear for the whole year. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the current Noble One, but this is the ring that you're given.
Yeah.
Now, it's beautiful. it's beautiful because it's got the insignia, it's got the royal insignia in there, it's got the insignia of the Noble 52. This is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing. Do me a favour. Can you take this ring and can you put it on? Does it fit on your forefinger or maybe your middle finger? Try and find a finger. Here, take it. Try and find a finger that it fits on.
Does that mean I'm the Noble One?
You are currently the Noble
like
One. It's
very
very exciting. You're
fits.
the Noble One. It fits. You're the Noble One. So let's look at the card that you cut to for a second. Can you do me a favour? Don't let me see it. Can you look at that card and show everyone and don't show me? You got it? Yeah? Yeah. And we'll put it back there. Do you want to put it back? That looks good on you, by the way.
Yeah, that
looks really good.
That's
the sort of ring you'd want to wear if you were in a fight, right? Yeah. We'll just lose.
To kiss it.
Just to be clear, you want people to kiss your ring. Yeah. Good to know. Can you do me a favour? Can you hold your hand just like that for me? That would be great. Yeah. And this hand maybe like this. That's perfect. We'll put this away for a minute. That's perfect. Right. So, somewhere in here is a card that you picked. And obviously you shuffled the cards and you could have cut any way you wanted to. The 3 of hearts, that wasn't your card,
no,
was it?
That wasn't my card.
Okay, watch. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put the 3 of hearts here.
Yeah.
And if the power of the noble 52 really is running through you and you are currently the noble 1, we should be able to do something here. Take the other hand, wave it over, and make the most magical noise you know.
Caca.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, if I was the noble 1, that's the sort of magical noise that I would make. That's amazing. What was the name of your card?
7 of hearts.
The 7 of hearts, right? But here's the thing.
Yeah.
When the power of the noble 52 really runs through the noble 1, it means that that's not real magic. Real magic would be this. Take this hand, snap your fingers. You've been wearing that ring the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Have a look.
I like that. That was good, that good. I'm the noble 1.
You're the noble 1. Yeah. You are indeed the noble 1. Look at that.
Kiss my ring.
Not for long though. No way that I will wear it. I have to wear it on my little finger. But there you go. I'm the noble 1 now. So that was a performance of the noble 1. Now that is one thing that you can do with it. There are many things that you can do with it. That is just one. But just that is a simple card reveal. But oh my God, it's so strong. You know, I think sometimes as magicians, we overlook how strong card reveals are. Card reveals are absolutely amazing. And especially when it happens in the hands of the spectator. I love the fact that routine I did to Tom, the card changes, and then you've got that beautiful kicker ending. Now, I showed Tom afterwards how it worked, and I pointed out, like I said in the interview, there's lots of different ways that you can actually change the ring, and you can have, you know, different reveals on each table, which is great. And he actually said the same thing as Matt and Mark, which is he actually prefers when the ring changes and it's not coloured in. So the ring changes and it's kind of like, looks like the card has been engraved into the ring. I actually prefer when it appears there and it's kind of more colourful. But that's the beautiful thing. You can go whichever direction that you want to go with this. The point is, on the tutorial, Mark and Matt are going to teach you everything that you need to know in order to perform this trick. The tutorial is great. You're going to see multiple live performances. You're going to see lots of different handlings, lots of different ways of doing this, lots of different routines. You're going to see a whole bunch of stuff. And I genuinely think, however popular the King's Secret was, and the King's Secret was popular, and it should have been as well because it's very good, this is better. And I think this is better for several different reasons, but the main reason is it's not a coin trick, it's not a coin switch, it's a trick with a ring. You don't see many tricks with rings where you put the ring on the spectator's own finger. The other thing is the cards that it comes with. I mentioned in the interview, I hated the deck that came with the King's Secret, I really did. This is a deck that you can manipulate. The cards are great. Yes, they're gilded gold around the outside, but they handle brilliantly. You can even do pharaohs with them, which you normally can't do with these sorts of cards, but I've discovered that you can even do a pharaoh with them perfectly well. These cards handle like a dream. I love these cards. It just adds to the story. You get this whole little presentational box. Everything fits in there. You get to the gig. You put the cards in the pocket. You put the ring in the pocket, and you're good to go. I was speaking to Tom about it after I performed it to him, and he said that he would absolutely have this in his case for a kids type thing. If there were lots of kids at a venue, he thinks this is the sort of thing that would work really well with kids. And frankly, I agree. But it's also the thing that would work with adults. This is just a really versatile trick. Yeah, so I love it. There's really nothing else to say other than I'm giving it 120%. I asked Ryland what he'd give it. He said 100% as well. This trick is amazing. I love it, and I genuinely can't think of any negatives with this trick. I think it's so strong, and yeah, I love it. I think it's great, and I highly recommend it. Now you can get it from all your favorite magic dealers, or you can get it directly from Matt Wright or Mark Bennett. Either way, it's a great trick and I can recommend it, and yeah, it gets 120% from me and my highest recommendation. So there you go, guys. That is another review show special in the bag. Thank you once again for joining me right here on Magic TV. Don't forget, you can go back and check out the Q&A from earlier on today and the Talk Magic that went up yesterday.
There's a ton of stuff going on Magic TV at the moment. So make sure that you check everything out. And I want to say thank you for watching this review show special. I hope you have a great week coming up. And I will see you again soon. Don't forget to check out the Netrix. It's my online streaming platform for magicians. You can go check it out at thenetrix.com. You can get access immediately to see what all the fuss is about. But outside of that, I'll see you again soon. My name's Craig, and this is Magic TV.